law students and other students will be working in multidisciplinary teams when they graduate. So to have some type of exposure to that during their undergraduate or postgraduate work will really help to prepare them for the future world of work. And one of the big areas there is the issue of consent and what consent might look like in practice.
And so this pod was to help our students understand what the frameworks are, what the legal frameworks are. We wrote a story that is set in a hospital based around the possible legal traps that practitioners could fall into. So it was a story that told the story of both the medical, legal and ethical principles that we wanted to teach.
Who wrote this? This woman should be on metronidazole.
We'll fix it.
And organise an interpreter so we can talk to this family.
The anxiety is based on not knowing what the rules are and what you get in trouble for.
I was trying to get the law students to understand the complex medical world through interactions with their peers, learnings from academics, and also some insight from real practice, developing the ideas for the scenario. That we had input from students, we had input from industry, and we had input from other academics.
Are you telling me we can't have more children?
I mean, you can read the cases and everything like that, but I would always find myself thinking, how could it have gone so wrong? And then seeing how all the contextual factors and they've been working for this long and things like that, it's sort of, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's how it happened.
Storytelling is really an integral part of learning. Students remember more content when there's been a narrative that they can follow. It also is a way of creating a sort of active learning for students.
And we have to recognise that our students are some of the most media savvy people on the planet. You really have to make sure that you're making something that is of an industry standard.
Every detail is nuanced to create a real opportunity for students to observe and consider the interactions between the characters.
Bringing those situations to life, especially with the patient, the pain that she was in, the concern that her husband had, all those elements would not have been possible if it was just read from a script.
To show the different contexts, what we did is we set up 2 separate panels to discuss this story, but from their own point of view.
So this is a really common scenario on a Sunday afternoon in delivery suite or birthing unit where it's very difficult to get interpreters and interpreters are unavailable.
We had very limited exposure to these people, and so it was good to see their perspective and to have the contrast between the medical and the legal perspectives.
He may not understand medical terminology, and he certainly isn't referring back to his wife, who is our client, and only she can provide the information.
But the law states you can't do this, you have to do this, and you can sort of see, just even when you're having the panels, like how different it all is, and I found that so fascinating.